Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do another parts install on the Crosstrek today. So we're going to be doing some wheel stuff, we're going to do some suspension stuff, and we're going to do an under tray. So these parts here were provided by Raleigh Sport Direct. Big shout out to them, they're always great. We got some Ray's lug nuts. They accidentally sent me the wrong ones, so they won't be on today, but in another video I'll be putting those on. Anyways, we have some Project KICS 5mm spacers which I'll be putting on, and I'll explain that later. We just got some wheel and TPMS valve stem covers. Cheap, but it looks better than the plastic ones. We got a Megan Racing front strut tower brace. I'll be putting that on, and this is a Primitive Racing under tray, as mine was melting from my header. So yeah, we'll bring the camera outside. I'll show you the parts, the tools that you need to install these, and we'll get on with the installs. Alright guys, so these are the tools that you're going to need for the putting on the spacers, taking off your lug nuts, and also putting on the Megan Racing strut bar. Going on to the Primitive Racing skid plate, I'll do that later, and I'll cover the tools needed for that. But what we're going to need for jacking up the car on the pinch weld, I have a Torque Solutions pinch weld kind of brace. That's how I like to do it if I don't do it off the subframe and rear diff. Anyways, so for taking off your wheels, you're going to need a 19mm socket and an extender, your lug key, and then you're going to need a torque wrench set to 89 foot-pounds. To do the strut tower bar, you're going to need a 14mm socket for this rear screw, the rear nut, and a 8mm Allen key for here. For the spacers, what I like to do first, putting it onto the rotor, you're going to put a bit of anti-seize on the back side just so it doesn't rust or stick on there. Ease of taking it off, so some silver grade, copper grade anti-seize will do just fine. I'll take you outside and I'll show you the car and get on with the process. Alright guys, we're outside now. I just got all the stuff in the trunk. We're going to be actually working outside. It's like a rainy, humid day here in Toronto, but I thought I didn't really want to be in the garage, so we're going to try something different. Anyways, so the last kind of piece you need to put the strut tower bar in and take the top strut bolts off is a 12mm socket, and that is going to go on the torque wrench set to 14.5 foot-pounds of torque. For the wheels, it's 89 foot-pounds. As well, you're going to need a good jack stands, and things to chock your wheels. This is a 3-ton jack. We're going to jack the car up. First, unloosen the lugs just a little bit, jack it up, put the spacers on, and I'll show you that whole process. And I hope you guys enjoy.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Alright guys, so you can see that the wheels have been taken off. I'm just leaving a jack under there just to support it just a touch, but it's on jack stands, the wheels are chalked, it's all safe. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put on 2 of the rear 5mm Project KICS wheel spacers. It says wheel side, so here it says wheel side. Yeah, wheel side, so that goes on the back of the rim. This side will go on the hub, and we're going to put some anti-seize on the back portion of it, put it on the rotor, and we'll put the wheel back on. I'll go around to the front of the car now and show you the front fitment, and I'll kind of explain why I'm putting 5mm space. Alright guys, so this is the front of the car. These are a 17x8 plus 45 offset wheel. You can see that it is just slightly tucked in the fender. So the reason that I'm going to be putting a 5mm spacer on these is because I've originally had a 17 by 7.5 plus 38 offset wheel that was pretty much perfect fitment. The reason why I'm gonna go a 40 offset with an 8-inch wide wheel, that'll be perfect. If not, if you do plus 40 8.5-inch wide wheel, that'll be literally perfect with a fender. I am running a bit of camber in the front and the rear, so negative 1.5 front and rear, it's the same. So I don't think I'll have any issues, but I'll let you guys know. So that's what the front and pretty much the rear will look like, and I'll show you what it'll look like after on with a 5mm space.
Artlist.io.
Alright guys, hopefully you can see that. I'll zoom in just a tad bit. It's a little bit too bright. Anyways, the 5mm spacers on the rotor, it's been anti-seized and there's plenty of room for your lugs to go on still. Gonna put the wheel on here and I'll show you what it looks like once I've put a couple lug nuts on it, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Artlist.io. Music licensing.
Alright guys, so they've just been torqued down the spec and I will show you the fitment. That's like perfect. Perfect fitment. Yeah, there we go. Look over top. Bam, let's go boys. So I'm gonna do the other side and then I'll video me taking the car, putting it on the floor, and I'll show you what it looks like once the camera sets in a little bit and she'll be mint. This little clip here is for Zach. I know he's looking at new tires and wheels soon enough. I want to recommend the Indy Firestone, the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. These are a 235/50, and I cannot say enough good things for the price. Yeah, disregard the price. They are a fantastic tire. They've got really nice tread. They're a good tread wear tire. It's got a nice rain groove for no hydroplaning. They're nice and quiet. They're sticky when it gets hot. I cannot complain about these tires. Really nice sidewall profile. They look pretty mean, and I mean for a daily, I love.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Alright guys, the car is now on the ground and I will show you the fitment. So it's got negative 1.5 degrees of camber in the rear. There we go. So it's literally flush. The top edge is a little bit tucked in because of the camber, but if it was, 0 degrees of camber, it'd be flush with the fender. But yeah, it's damn flush. This fitment is really nice, and I could still go lower, and I'm going to go lower, but it's a big difference from the front. I mean, not big, but like you can see the bit of gap right there. But yeah, I think that is perfect fitment. I'm really happy with that. We're gonna do the front now, and I'm just gonna time lapse that you know how to do this now, and I'll show you what she looks.
Artlist.io. licensing reimagined.
Alright guys, I'm going to torque this wheel on, and then I'm going to repeat the whole process on the other side, lower the car. If you got a chance to see in the fender well and you saw those ISC N1 coilovers, I want to give a huge shout out to ISC Suspension. I actually just joined their team. I'm a product ambassador for them, and hopefully I can do some more stuff with them in the future. But if you're looking for really great quality coilovers for this platform that you know is going to work, they have a dedicated set for the Crosstrek, and they also have the 08 to 14 WX hash is the ones I have, but they're the exact same as the Crosstrek coilovers. Hit them up. They are fantastic. I would like to give a shout out to Andrew Wallace. He runs ISC. Thanks for adding me to the team, Andrew, and I look forward to doing more stuff with you in the future. Hashtag Team Gold for the boys. Keep enjoying the video, guys. Thank you so much. Alright guys, the car is on the ground and I am really happy with the fitment. It is literally perfect. If you had, zero camber, it would be like literally flush. It is pretty much as flush as you're gonna get it. It's more flush down there, of course, obviously, because camber is and like that, at least negative is. But next we're gonna do the front strut tower brace from Megan Racing. I do not think I'm gonna do the under tray today, just because it's wet and rainy out and I don't really feel like being on the floor. But we're gonna open the hood, take the bolts off. Everything's tight, so we're gonna take the bolts off and put the pieces on, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright guys, we got the hood open and we are going to take off the 3 top strut tower bolts. So I've got a 12 mil long socket with a recession in it so I can get the bolts out. We're going to take those off, and then we're going to put the 2 plates of the strut tower bar on there, and then we're going to put the bar in, and then we're going to do the hardware and torque it all down. It's raining out, so I'm going to have to figure out how I can set the camera up, but it's pretty simple. I'll figure it out and I'll show you guys.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Alright guys, the Megan Racing front strut tower bar is in. I'm really happy with the results as well. It fit in really nicely actually. It's tight to this top cowl, and I got room for my intake and the firewall. It was a super easy install. Everything's tightened down, and I'll take it for driving a little bit and see how it feels. The fitment is in check, and yeah, I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I'm gonna do the primitive racing skid plate in another video, but for right now I'm gonna call it quits on this and edit the video, and it'll be out tonight. So enjoy guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe in this whole coronavirus stuff, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.